Chapter 1 Winds of Change. These were turbulent times. The sounds of battle wafted over as Jack sat in his foxhole, writing into his journal. All around him, explosions lit up the sky like fireworks on the 4th of July. The whistle of bullets were relentless, the screams of men unending. Charge, came the order. Retreat, a few minutes later, over and over again. It had been 3 years, and yet none of the soldiers even understood what they were fighting for. All they knew was that something drastic had affected the world, and that they were the pawns pushed out to fight for it. The world was in shambles, society having collapsed, and other generic doomsday cliches. And yet they fought, not for religion, but for a different kind of faith, that what they fought for would be the most important and life-altering truth in this cold world. Putting down his pen, Jack stored his notebook away and peered over the foxhole again. He nodded over to Billy in a nearby foxhole, who quickly lit a torch and threw it over. Whoosh! A dragon flew out from behind the wall, summoned by the torch, and landed with a heavy thud. Invigorated by the magical beast, the men quickly leapt up and ran towards the wall, yelling. And suddenly, silence. Where had everyone gone? What was the point of this? And why was the sky suddenly turning purple again? Lightning, thunder, crashing waves, a streak of starlight glistening through the heavens, unstoppable and relentless in its goal. Eyes, belonging to beings beyond galaxies, watching. Back on Earth, March 1958. "We gotta hurry," Jack yelled over the speakers. "Mattis wants us back by noon." The dragon, now noticing thousands of tiny men rushing at him like toy figurines on a storyboard, shook his head in confusion and leapt into the air, only to be brought back down to Earth by Felix. The men cheered on as the supernatural beings battled, the flying dragon versus the apex predator who never let anything escape. The ground shook. Unfortunately, cats have a short attention span and wander off after a bit, and Felix, being distracted by a nearby rattlesnake, bounded the 5 kilometers in a few steps to give chase, leaving the bewildered and outmatched dragon behind on the ground. Stars Mania, 4,000 light years away. They have heeded our call. They are weakened. They fight for the truth. They will never know the truth. They are mere humans. You underestimate their will. They will chase it, and in time, learn to harness it. Civilizations far more advanced have destroyed themselves in search for it, and yet it has been many turns of the sun, and they still fight on. The second being merely scoffed, and turned his eyes back to Earth, and towards Jack.